Uh, Another thing I thought of was, again, I can't keep my thoughts to myself. I'm so selfish. I burden people all the time with my thoughts. Like, come on, Robin, just shut up already. I don't want to hear what you have to think. When this money is silenced, what they don't want you to know is that, well, it's the major number one Bible prophecy being fulfilled, knowing that you have a few days left. They don't want you to know that. No, they want you to think you have at least 42 months when this beast is given power. Well, and or 7 years, and or 1,000 years. But when it's done, when the money is done, and this is God's absolute purpose, to get the money to be disintegrated. Now, how did it work in the good old days when you have people, doing things for each other? It's like you. Has anyone had to go through this? Right? It's like, hey, can you give me a ride to I don't know, like 30 miles away? What's in it for me? You got gas money? It's like, what, can't you just do me a favor? I mean, one hand washes the other, or something like that. It's always about this. But see, there's so many people that are still money hungry. They're greedy. They're selfish. Like, I don't have any problem. I'll build your damn house. I don't care. Just feed me. Feed me. Give me a... matter of fact, can I have a room? You know what I mean? Like, I'll build you a house, but can I have a room? If it's your land somehow? I just want to eat. If I could just have some tomatoes and lettuce and some fruit from the trees over there. Not that tree. Not the one... Well, you know what? We're going to be allowed to eat from that tree now, because we already know good and evil. We are like God, because we now know good and evil. You see, it was intended in the very beginning to know only good. But that slippery serpent, he's pretty slick. And, well, he got Eve to bite, Yeah, well, he got Eve to bite from the apple. And from that point on, it was nothing but street theater everywhere you go. Because she started to act like it was the serpent's fault. And then when Adam was like, God, the woman that the meat mate, what is it called? I don't know. The woman you gave me, she's the one that freaking said it was okay to eat it. So they're all snitching, Like, Eve was snitching on Satan. And then Adam was snitching on Eve. And then nobody wanted to accept responsibility. And Satan, well, he wasn't taking responsibility. He's like, God, surely you won't die. You'll just know me. That's all. Evil. Would you like to know evil? Because it feels good. So that's why the acting started all the way back then. Because they were acting like they weren't responsible for it. And so we were intended to know strictly good. That's why it talks about good and evil, to know good and evil. Now you know. Would you still like to know evil? Not know, like not. Oh, well, and now I know. Joe Schmo over there. No, it's more like knowing. You want to know what evil is? Okay. Well, I'm going to show you what evil is. Oh, are you done? Did you have enough? Do you not want to know evil anymore? Because I don't want to know evil. Even though I'll always know what evil is, I don't know you, evil. I never knew you. Okay? Even though I know who you are, depart from me. Ye who work iniquity, I never knew you. Even though God created you, he just doesn't know you. Because he doesn't know you. Like, yeah, Alex Jones knows God. Okay, fine, great, right, yeah. Does he really know God? Or does he know evil more? Does he really know who God is? Does he follow his statute? Does he follow his rules and regulations? Does he know God, or does he know Satan? Because if you know Satan, you're going to lie. Even if you lie once, you're a liar. When you lie once, you're going to lie again. It's just the way it is. You're going to continue to lie. Some people love to lie. They love lying. It's like they get off on making up stories and try to put fear into your heart. Stories that are made up to try to get you to think, oh my God, uh-oh, well, if that happened to you, then, oh no, it will probably happen to me too. I'm not even going to get into all that, but I think to the one or two people that knows what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Okay? Stories made up. When you make up stories, that means that you know Satan. You surely shall. You surely won't die. If you eat the fruit of this lie, because the fruit of your labor it's just what you do spiritually, of course. Spiritually. Now, did Eve take a bite of the apple? Maybe. She probably took a literal bite of a literal apple, but the spiritual meaning behind it is that you surely shall die of the second death. Not the first death immediately as soon as you eat it, because Satan's like, look, see, you didn't die, duh. See, God's a liar. God was gang stalked from the very beginning. His own creation turned on him. It's sickening. Like, God lied to you, Eve. You ate the apple and you're still living, right? I told you. Come here. Let me show you some more goodies that I know and God doesn't. So to know good and evil is exactly that. You know what evil is now, don't you? I'm ready to unknow evil. Evil is it's sickening to me. I can't stand liars. I hate when people make up stories, and I hate when people try to push fear into people's hearts. It's just, the reason why they do that is because they're fearful themselves. They're scared of something. What is it that you're scared of? Starving to death? Thirsting to death? Dying, period? Are you afraid to die? Is it because you don't know where you're going after this? I mean, that's exactly what it is. People don't want to think about death. People don't want to think about the end of Satan. It's like he's lying to you all over again. From the very beginning. He already lied to Adam and Eve, right? He lied to Eve. Said that she surely shall die if she eats the apple. Spiritually, if she takes a bite of Satan's fruit, his labor that he's sowing, if she bites of that sin, well, yeah, she surely will die of the second death until she repents and turns back to God, which is now. Right now is the time to do that. So the deception has been going on from the very beginning. It's what Satan was created for. But God, why did God do that then? Well, because he gave you free will. You decided to want to know what evil is. Now you know what evil is. Do you still want to know what evil is? Or do you want to only know what good is? Now you're going to be like God. when this is all over, you're going to be just like God, because you're going to know good and evil, and you're going to choose good. That's why he gave everybody an opportunity to learn what is good and evil. That way you can pick, you can choose on your own. The people that chose evil, I would just hate to be in your shoes. I would hate to be in your shoes. I would hate to have somebody promise me life, a man, promise me life, offer me this extravagant bunker underground, and knowing that I'm going in that bunker this year, from the beginning of the year. I would hate to have to be that person, especially when, this false prophet came on YouTube and said, hey idiots, if you bought a bunker for 2018, this was back in 2017. I don't even know where the video is, if I have it or not, but the elite know. They know because they were warned about it. They heard my message last year. If you bought a bunker for 2018, you might not want to go in it. I'm just saying. So can you imagine being the person on the other end of this phone? I mean, the computer, the other end of this Black Mirror, and they're being told by this false prophet that you probably don't want to get into that bunker that you bought, because you're promised to live. I would have some mixed feelings, to say the least. I'd have mixed feelings. I would be considering, like, oh shit, I did buy a bunker. Oh my God, what is this dude talking about? We have 7 more years to go. Boss, don't we have at least 42 months to go? Yes, yeah, sure, we're good, yeah, of course. Wait a minute, hold on, let me ask Satan, we got 42 months, right? We have 1,000 years, idiot. Oh, thanks, Lord. Lowercase. It's a shame to be in their shoes right now. I would much rather be in my shoes. I'd much rather be stalked, harassed, slandered. That's mainly the three, the top three. I'd rather have that happen. I'd rather suffer the persecution of God's people than to enjoy sin for a little season, 7 years and about 5 months. I'd rather not. I'd rather not enjoy that sin for the tribulation period. Not at all. So I think that's it. I just want to let people know that. What did I want people to know? Oh, to know good and evil. That's another reason why. I'm sure a lot of people already understood that, but maybe somebody didn't, because I kind of didn't until I pushed record. 5 minutes before I pushed record, I'm thinking, wait a minute, to know good. No, it's to know. Free will. You want to know, right? You want to know? Okay. I understand what God's doing, because I would do the same thing. Oh, you want to go there? Okay, well, sure. Hey, look, I'm just trying to tell you, you shouldn't go there, all right? But, hey, look, you'll find out on your own, the hard way. Trust me. Or don't. So I can see why God would just allow people to do what it is that they want to do, because you all have free will. Satan's the one that's trying to clamp you down, force you to do stuff that you don't want to do. Like, do you guys really feel like doing what you're doing right now? Do you really feel like going against God's people? Do you really feel like taking that chance? I don't. Like, I know I'm saying that everybody's going to turn to God, but that's just a hope. It's a prayer that I have. I don't know for sure. I wouldn't take that damn chance, is what I'm saying. But I understand that every time I drive around, I'll see my same truck, and black, of course. But I understand also that, when people thought, when I thought the rapture was going to happen and we were going to be caught up and everybody's going to be left behind, that really troubled my heart. It really did. That's why I tried so hard to warn my family and let them know they got to turn to God. But I was kind of forcing their will in a sense, and I learned not to do that. That's why I'm so glad that I heard that warning 5 months ago, almost 7 years and 5 months ago, almost 153 days, the catching of the fish, 7 years of tribulation, and then 5 months, 153 days of rounding up the fish. Now, I'm a fisherman too, okay? I said this before. Ed Bassmaster is a fisherman, literally. Me, spiritually. I catch fish, and I joke, and I try to make people laugh, in a sense, and I also deliver a serious message. But at the same time, you gotta lighten up, because it ain't as serious as what Satan's making you think it is. It's not. So that 153 days of 5 months, I'm so glad that 5 month period came around. You know how many more subscribers I've gotten that have watched my videos, that have heard something, and on top of that, the information that I gathered up to be able to do that. I don't know how many people I reached, but it doesn't matter. I know I reached some. I reached some. So that's the purpose of living every day like it's your last. Because when May 21st of this year came around, well, I knew something was significant. It was the 7th year since we were born, and then a couple more, the Pope and Obama and whatnot playing out the literal part of the Bible. So it's like, okay, I see that, all right, clown. So I'm glad I had more time. And when my time's up, it's up. That's it. I accept it. When YouTube shut down, I accept it. When the power's cut, I accept it. When the economy collapses, oh my God, do I accept it. When money stops speaking, huh? What'd you say, money? I can't hear you. So what? Hold on. What's that? What's your name again? Oh, Jackson? I'm sorry. I can't hear. What? What'd you say? You don't have. No? You're going to have to speak up. I'm sorry. I can't hear you anymore. You're silenced. Bitcoin? No thanks. I'll pass. Oh, you're going to kill me? Okay. Well, that's fine. I know you're going to try to kill me. I know that you think that you have 42 months left. I know that you think so. But see, God did this little trick, right? He did this little trick. He made them believe that beast system's going to have power for the next 42 months. But for the sake of the elect, those days will be short. So it's that simple. It's that simple. The money's gone. It's going to collapse. And then people that are heaping up silver and gold in these end days. Again, that ATM guy, or yeah, I think so. He's like, you need to don't think short term, guys. Think long term, like for the next 10 years. Yeah. Now I'm thinking short term. I'm thinking this shit is almost over, man. This is the end of it. There's no more money. Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord, because I'm sick of it. I'm tired of people being so damn greedy for money. And no thanks. I'll pass on the Bitcoin. I'll pass on the silver and gold. I'll pass on all that. I already didn't receive the mark of the beast in my forehead. And with my works, I didn't receive it with my hands either. So I damn sure won't frickin' put it in my damn hand, literally, a chip. No, I'll starve to death. Thanks. I'll eat frickin' grass until my stomach explodes. Whatever. Who cares? That's why it's important to fast. Get used to not eating. Just get used to it. Because you're not really going to want to be eating anyway. When everything's shut down, you know what I mean? Like, I think of things like, well, okay, you don't want to really have, if there's no running water, it's like, do you really want to have poop butt when you're still eating? It's like, you got to go take a shit, and it's like, and it's just, I think of the weird things like that. Just like in heaven, New Earth, I think. I literally thought of that. I'm like, well, wait a minute. What kind of bodies are we going to have? Are we going to be eating fruit, literally? If we eat, then that means we have to digest it and poop it out. And if we do that, well, who's going to make the toilet paper? Who's going to be responsible for creating toilet paper if all things are new? What about the toothbrush and toothpaste? How are we going to brush our teeth? Oh, we don't have to. That's right. It's a spiritual thing. Or is it literal? I don't know. Is it going to be literal green grass? Is it going to be another earth the way it was intended in the beginning? I think so. Can we do without toilet paper? How did Adam and Eve, how did they crap? Did they use leaves? Probably. Do they have their one headlight out? Yeah, of course they do. Who's going to make headlights? Who's going to be able to fix headlights? Well, how are we going to get around? Who's going to create the cars? You know, all these things I think of, and I'm like, we're going to have new, immortal, spiritual, resurrected bodies, right? Does spiritual mean invisible? Are we going to know good and evil, or are we going to know just good? We can tell stories about evil. You know, we're going to be there telling stories about what Satan used to be like and how, you know, it used to be yeah, kind of like how, yeah, I remember when I was in jail, right? And you got the jail stories. It's the same thing. You're going to remember Satan. You're not going to know him, okay? So I believe it's the same. It's the same as it was in the beginning of time. It's going to be exactly the same, except for everybody's already born. And there's going to be, what is it, 12 fruit trees of fruits for the healing of the nations, one for each month. What do you need more than fruit and fresh spring water from the mountain that you can just freely drink from without having to pay for it with money? And to eat fruit for free, and nobody's trying to kill you. And you're going to have your memory. Okay, you're going to have your memory. But what about having no pain and no sorrow, no tears, and no? What about that when you know that your family members are left behind? Are they? Are they going to be left behind? How do you know that? How do you know God's will isn't perfect? That He has a plan to turn everybody back to Him. And His plan involves using Satan. How do you not know that? Well, I know that. I know God. I know God. I know who He is, and I know Him. I double know God. And I know who Satan is. I mean, I know who Satan is, but I don't know him. That's the way the Bible is written. If you don't search it diligently, you're going to get tripped up in God's words. When that beast is given power to speak, well, that money's given power to communicate to us and say, hey, you want me, don't you? You know you want me. You can't live without me. Who's able to make war with me, huh? Anybody? No. Yeah, God is able to make war with you because He gives us the understanding that we don't need you, money. See ya. Bye-bye, money. Peace out. We don't need money anymore. And that's how we defeat the beast. That's how we make war with the beast. That's how we overcome him and kill him, because we don't need him anymore. So if everybody just stands up and does for each other, I don't think it's going to happen in this world, but the next it will, because you're going to know strictly good. We're all going to stand up and we're all going to do for each other. Every one of us that has a skill, look, I have no problem building. I will build houses for an eternity because it's what I love to do. Not right at this moment. I can't stand to do anything, any kind of work right now, because it's wasting my time from getting truth out there. But yeah, hey, you know, you have my. Oh, by the way, I'm not interested in talking to anybody on the phone. I appreciate people wanting to get in contact with it, but it's, look, I've already, for the subs that have already seen what I went through, I asked for it, okay? I literally asked for it. It's like asking for evil and good, because what came out of it was good, and how certain things happened was evil, but at the same time, I don't regret any of it. I learned a valuable lesson from it. I got to know certain people. I enjoyed it while it lasted, but yeah, I'm not interested anymore in talking to people. I talk to people through the Bible. I mean, through the well, I read the Bible, and I talk to people through YouTube. And when it's shut down, we're right there at the end anyway. So I'll see you in the next phase. But to socialize with people, well, I've already been through it. I already asked for the evil to know it. Now that I know it, I remember it. It'll always be in my head, but I know what not to do now also because of it. So no offense to anybody that wants to talk to me. I'm not interested in talking that way. It's more like the same way God, he doesn't literally speak to anybody over the phone, like in your ear hole. He speaks to you through your heart, and that's it. You have to listen. If you want to listen to God, you got to listen that way. So that's it.